And then all of a sudden, at the end of the dinner, I get a text. She's like, oh my God, like I'm in his like really nice car, like we're gonna go for a drive. And I was like, bitch, like you really out here, like no one told you to go that hard. I keep like hearing noises. Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Richelle. Oh my God, this is so weird. I was like setting up my camera and I was like, I have not filmed a sit down video in a fucking hot minute and it feels weird. I like didn't remember how to set up my camera. So before I get into the video, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't have seen that I did get a 6th cat. Y'all bitches really thought that I wouldn't get a 6th cat, but I did. Let's see if you can see her. She's right there. She's eating some wet food. She's an all black cat. She's 6 months old. I'm having trouble deciding. Okay, so I got it down to, I was gonna name her either Stella or Posy. Oh, my other cats are scratching. So I got her name down to either Stella or Posy, and then I wasn't loving Posy, and I was like, oh, I really like Stella. And then I thought of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I actually saw that Netflix is coming out with like their own version of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I remembered that she has an all black cat named Salem, and I was like, oh, but like Salem's like kind of like a boy's name, but I kind of like boys' names for girl names. So I'm kind of deciding between Stella or Salem. So let me know in the comments what you guys think she looks like. Rescued her from the Nevada Humane Society. She was abandoned, which is so sad. Like someone just like left her in a box like in front of their door, like didn't even like surrender her, like literally just left her in a box. She's so sweet. We're keeping her like separated in our extra room. She goes to the vet tomorrow to get like blood tests done and like some other vaccines. She's doing great and I'm so happy to have another member of our kitty family. Now to get into the video. I'm still not really sure what I'm going to title this video, like recent sugar daddy experiences. Meet my sugar daddy, I don't know. So I just thought I would share with you guys a few of my most recent sugar daddy experiences, because actually the second video that I had ever posted on my channel was my sugar daddy experiences, or like how to get a sugar daddy, something along those lines. That video has now been made private because not my best work, not my best content. These two story times don't have to do with me directly, but I was like a part of it, and it had to do with like my friend, and she said I could share them, but she said I can't use her name. So the first story time that I'm going to tell happened a little over a year ago, back when I was living in LA. Well, I had plans to go to a music festival with my boyfriend and a few other people, and then super like late notice, my other really good friend wanted to go. And because it was so late notice, like that she wanted to go, it was like a lot of money to just like fork up at once. She had to get a 3-day ticket, hotel money, money for money for food, money for outfits, like all of that. Like that's like a lot of money to come up with in like a very short amount of time to go to a music festival, and a 3-day one. So I had the brilliant idea that how about me and you make Seeking Arrangements accounts, which if you don't know what Seeking Arrangements is, it is a sugar daddy app, and let's find you a sugar daddy and we'll have them give you money and buy your ticket and whatnot. So we both made 2 new Seeking Arrangements accounts. We started doing our thing. We're like hitting up some sugar daddies. We posted like the cutest pictures of ourselves, and within like 2 days we had found like a perfect sugar daddy for her that agreed to buy her ticket and give her money. And at this time in my life I was living in LA and she was living pretty close to LA, so it was pretty relatively easy to find a sugar daddy and like meet up with them. Like it was pretty easy. So my friend ends up making a deal with this guy that she will go on a date with him, like go to lunch, go like, I don't know, like shopping, I don't know. They made this like deal that if she went on like a full 2-hour date with him, that he would buy her ticket and give it to her right then and there, like after the date was finished. So my friend, being the dumb bitch she is, she agreed. She made plans to meet up at the Irvine Spectrum, which is this like outdoor, it's like a really cute mall in Irvine, and they made plans to meet up there to go to lunch, just look around at the shops, and then after they were done, he would give her ticket. So my friend was a little nervous, a little spooked. She wasn't sure if she felt safe enough to like meet him alone and do like a full date. So my friend asked me and my boyfriend Josh if we could meet her there at the Irvine Spectrum follow her around, watch what they're doing, just always keep an eye on her for their whole date, be like little spies to make sure that she's safe and okay and that he doesn't try to kidnap her or anything. And obviously we agreed. I thought that'd be so fucking fun. And Josh and I could spy. I don't know, like I just thought it would be fun. Also, at this point, so they kind of talked for a week before the day was gonna come that they were actually gonna meet up and he was gonna give the actual like hard ticket for the music festival. And by this time, he'd already been sending her money, like $50 here, whatever, and she ended up giving him my number. And so I started messaging him too and whatever, and like I got some money too, and he wanted to like know that we were real, so we're like whatever, like we'll just follow him on Instagram. So keep that in mind that we followed him on Instagram. I'll come back to that, okay? So the day comes that we are going to be spying on my friend, I almost said her real name, at the Irvine Spectrum while she goes on a date with a sugar daddy to get her music festival ticket. We meet up in the parking lot and then we're just talking, like chit-chatting, like making sure everyone knows the plan. And we walk in, she obviously walks ahead of us like into the Irvine Spectrum, and she sits down at like a little table outside, like waiting for him, waiting to like meet up with him. And then Josh and I sit at like a table, like a few tables back, and we end up I don't know, like it doesn't sound that crazy like when I'm telling it, but spying on my friend on a date with her sugar daddy to like make sure she doesn't get kidnapped, it was so fucking, like it literally felt like we were in a movie. We're just like following them into every store they went in. She would look back, me and her would make eye contact. I was like dying laughing. We were texting, we were like in a group message called Spies. Like it was so fucking weird. We like followed them into like Starbucks, all of the stores they went into. This poor guy had no idea that we were like walking just like 20 feet behind. Good times, real good times. And then by the end of the day, it had only been like an hour and a half. He's like, okay, like thank you for the date. And he said that your music festival ticket is in my car in the parking garage on the 3rd floor. So she texts me and she's like, bitch, I have to go in the parking garage, like can you follow me? So they go up the elevator, Josh and I go up the stairs so they don't see us, and they get to his car. He gives her the ticket and he leans in for a fucking kiss, and she was like, she played it off, she was so cool, she's like, I don't kiss on the first date, like sorry. And then we meet up and we're like, holy fuck bitch, like we really just did that, like we really just got you a fucking ticket from a sugar daddy in like 1 week before the concert. Like the concert was literally like in 2 days. So then after that he leaves, and then me, her, and Josh, like we all like go sit down. We like go to like, I don't know, some store to sit down, like Starbucks probably. And I post a fucking boomerang of her and I tag Irvine Spectrum. He DMs me seeing my story. Totally forgot that he followed me on Instagram and that I like followed him too, so like he knew who I was. And he was like, why are you at the Irvine Spectrum? Like I was just there with blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my god, like he knew, like he fucking knew that we were there. That was my first little story time about how Josh and I had to spy on my friend while she was on a date with a sugar daddy to get her music festival ticket. Okay, so my second story time is a little more recent. It happened like 2 months ago. Also has to do with my friend wanting to go to a music festival. Very late notice. She really needs to work on that. Let me tell you, the devil works hard, but me and my friend work harder. Like, let me just fucking tell you that. Like, when me and my friend want something and we want to do something and it's gonna cost money, we're like seeking arrangements, let's go, let's hop on it, we gotta work. Because Josh and I had made plans to go to this music festival with some other people, my friend was like, bitch, like I wanna fucking go too. And it was all the way in San Francisco, so she was gonna have to get a plane ticket, she was gonna have to get the music festival ticket, hotel room, outfits, like all of that. Like, she was gonna need to have a good chunk of change, honey. What should we do? Let's go on seeking arrangements. Let's work. We had like 2 weeks to like get this whole thing figured out. We had 2 weeks to get her enough money. So we made seeking arrangements accounts and we got to fucking work. It was a little more difficult because I live in Nevada. I live in Reno. Sugar daddies aren't as plentiful here. So I made my account for LA, and honestly within the first week of me having my seeking arrangements account, I met this one guy on there and he had given me $700 within 1 week. He gave me like $100 to follow him on my real Instagram because he wanted to know I was real. He gave me like another $100 to add him on Snap. He gave me like $200 to like prove that I was like in college or whatever, so I sent him like my old ID tag from ASU. Good guy, real good guy. So also during this week that I'd gotten that $700 for myself, I had found this one guy. He was from Southern California. He was a lawyer. He was real nice. And I gave him my friend's number so that they could hit it off. So they ended up setting up plans to go on a dinner. He made the agreement that if she was to go on this dinner with him, that he would give her the money to buy her music festival ticket, because we explained to him that there was this music festival he wanted to go to and that she needed plane money and like all this, and he made the agreement that if she went on this dinner with him, that he would give her the money. So my friend was really nervous because this time I wasn't going to be there to like watch and spy and look over and make sure that she was okay. So she was a little nervous, so I was like, we'll do Find My Friend so that I know exactly where you are. Keep texting me, go in the bathroom a few times to call me so I know everything's going okay. And we're like, okay, like we can do this. This is easy. So it comes to the day of the dinner date. Hi, Stella. I think Stella. Now that I say it, I'm thinking Stella. So it comes to the day of her going on this dinner. She's so nervous. She's like, what do I wear? Like she didn't know what to talk about. So we were coming up with like a list of things to talk about to make the date go by faster. So she goes in for her little dinner date with the sugar daddy, and she texts me. She's like, everything's going good. He's really nice. She was like, the people here seem to know this guy and know that he probably does this often. She was like, we got taken up into this like weird little private room, like upstairs, like up into like a second floor of a restaurant. She said it was like so weird. And then I get a call from her during the middle of dinner, and this bitch is having a great ass time. I'm like, honey, why are you having such a good fucking time with this sugar daddy? Like, you are crazy. And then all of a sudden at the end of the dinner I get a text. She's like, oh my god, like I'm in his like really nice car, like we're gonna go for a drive. And I was like, bitch, like you really out here, like no one told you to go that hard. She went from like being so scared, like what do I talk about, what do I do, blah blah blah, to like, oh, going for a ride. And I'm like, oh my god, like who are you, honey? So I'm like a little freaked out, and I was like, is he gonna kidnap you? Like, do you feel safe? She said, I have totally good vibes. Yeah, she said she was having a good time. So I was like, okay, I trust you. They get back to the restaurant, they're done with their little joyride, and he gives her her money. So all in all, this bitch had a great ass time. She got money for a music festival, and she got some free food. Sorry, I keep looking down at my phone. Josh is texting me. So the bitch had a good time. And after all of this, it's been like a little over 2 months since that whole thing happened, since I introduced those two. And it's been like 2 months, okay? And we would message him on Kik, like Kik, the little messaging app, so we didn't have to give our real number. And this fucker, to this day, still messages me on Kik and is like, what happened to your friend? I thought we had such a good time. Like, I really thought we had a connection. Why'd your friend go MIA? And I'm like, honey, like, why are you messaging me? And he has a wife and he has kids. He has kids that were older than my friends. And last and final little, not really a story time, a bit of an update. Ever since I made my video about how I used to sell my socks and panties online, a bunch of guys who were into that kind of thing started DMing me on Instagram asking to buy my socks and panties. So I said yes. And now I have like a little Instagram business going on with these guys DMing me who've seen my video wanting to like buy my socks and shit. So I'm like, okay. So kind of strange, but not that surprising. The majority of the guys who message me are from the South. Are we surprised? Not really. So they're from the South, and then I got quite a few guys from like Dubai. So yeah, there's that. Okay, you guys, so that is the end of my little story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Follow my social media. It'll be linked down below in the description box, and I'll see you guys in my next video, and I love y'all so much. Bye!
I'm running up all of the numbers, kissing and hugging and fucking and coming like I just came up out of slum.